Hey guys, here to do another video today. It's Japanu Toys, it's back, and we're going to be having a look at a Transformer. This guy hails from Galaxy Force, Transformers Galaxy Force. He is, of course, Galaxy Convoy, who is, for those that don't know, the Cybertron Optimus Prime. He's a big toy, a lot to do, big, chunky, and meaty. So let's get on with some Japanu Toys action. Optimus Prime, or as he's called in the series, Galaxy Convoy, is of course a fire truck. A very weird and futuristic-y kind of fire truck, I guess. Like, this guy is not disguised in the least. And in a way, that's kind of cool, because it is so very Japanese. I mean, it goes against the nature of them being robots in disguise when he just stands out looking like this. There's a lot of molded detail on it. There's not a lot of flat surfaces, which is kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of how the back trailer looks, but I do find the front of the cab to be nice. It's dense, even though you can see his fists. It just looks powerful. It looks really neat. I don't know how else to say it. It kind of does it for me, even if it is completely insane. So let's have a look at Prime here, rolling along, because, you know, that's what trucks do. With all these wheels, which is nice. This bit, if it's not done right, these wheels sometimes don't roll properly. You need to really secure it on the back here just to get all of them to roll well, I guess. These parts on the bottom, I think, cause some issues, but I'm not entirely sure. And you can see that this wheel here, it's the same for the other side, does not roll at all. Though it has the ability to roll, it doesn't roll here. Now we'll just turn it round and have a look at the other side here, and I mean, there's no real difference, but we'll play with the guns. As you can see, you move this back and it wobbles a little bit just because of how the joints are. This will open up, and you can turn it over to the side and hose people off, because that's what Prime does, I suppose. And I kind of wish this part would just, I don't know, have a peg here just so it could really secure in, because it is a bit flappy, I suppose. Again, this can move up and down, and the ratchets here are real stiff, and there's not a huge amount of range to them, but they are very big and chunky and solid. So it does the job. It holds the guns well, at least. And, you know, here are the guns on the side, and there's Prime's head there. And I really wish this chest would stay together a little bit better. Or we'll put these back down. And, yeah, I would show you the features with the Cyber Planet key, but I'll show you them at the end of the video, so fear not. That's really all we have to say on at least this mode anyway, so we'll take it away. Oh, wait, no, there's one more thing about this thing. It has a flight mode. I know. It's not going to get a fancy sequence. We're just going to move these parts around here on these very heavy ratcheting joints, because this was in the show, and it was insane there, and it's insane here, and it makes no sense. You just flip these parts up, and when we zoom the camera up, this is it. This is your flight mode. Somehow he's able to fly like this, and he was able to drop water on burning things as well. It's insane. But we'll take the back piece off, and that's his wings, and here's the cab section. We'll take this away, and we'll have just a quick look at just the trailer section. It does have some issues, just because here are his feet, and it's very obvious how this guy will transform. It's not desperately impressive on its own. You do need the trailer, but again, he looks neat from the front at the very least. So let's turn him into a robot now. So Galaxy Convoy now in his robot mode. Again, an extremely Japanese-styled robot, which could be a bad thing for some people. It's fine for me. Quite a strong head design, different from other ones, and something that's become synonymous with Prime, the fact that his faceplate can come down, and he has a face very similar to Optimus Primal's from Beast Machines, or Beast Wars, I should say. His back's maybe a little bit bland with 2 switches, but that's really for the transformation and how he will combine in the future, which we'll talk about in a moment. Now, in terms of articulation, let's start off with his shoulders, because it's kind of on a figure-arty sort of joint. I suppose you could say it's discs and pins and whatnot. So let's zoom in here and have a look, and I'll grab a light and just really shine it in there. You'll probably be able to see that it is a disc. So the shoulder pad is separate from the shoulder, which is why I compare it to a figure-art thing. So it does move individually, just so you can have a little bit more to it than it just being stuck on there, which is always good. Otherwise, it would completely limit the arm. The arm itself does not have a huge amount of articulation, don't get me wrong. It can go all the way around because it is on that joint. The arm moves out just a little bit, but if the shoulder pad moved out a bit more, it probably could do more. We also have a bicep swivel, and the elbow bends 90 degrees and the wrong way, and the hand does open as well, which is pretty cool. I do like that, even if the fingers are weirdly coloured, I suppose, but the head can turn left and right, not on a ball joint, just on a cut. Not a huge issue again. If you want to move the legs forward, what you got to do first is lift up the skirt for the transformation. Then you can get him all the way out like that, and then bend his knees 90 degrees, which is fine. His hips do have a slight swivel, but it's this kind of swivel that breaks the line of the toy, which I'm not too fond of, but whatever. His chest does come apart as well. We'll actually talk about that. What you can do is you can split the chest up here, and we have a little cavity. And if you can finagle that out with a bit of persuasion, come on, there we go. You'll see that he has a matrix inside of his chest, which you can take out, which I think I'm going to drop because it's a bit fiddly. Yep, there it goes. And it's quite a neat little matrix. Let's zoom in and have a quick look at it. It's fairly well detailed and looks quite cool, I suppose. It's maybe a little bit small. He can't dual hand it and open it like that, but you can put it into one of his hands at the very least. And make it look like he's like giving it to you, saying "Take the Matrix, Rodimus," or something weird like that. I don't know. It's a nice little feature. But let's move Prime to the side here because we do have something to talk about using his trailer. Yay! We'll take his handgun. That's right, it's a handgun, people, and we'll just put the trailer to the side there because it's not important yet. With his opening hand, he has a little section where he can hold his gun, which is pretty neat. We do have pegs and ports, and it can be a little bit fiddly to get it in there, but once you do, it's lovely and secure. So let's give it a go. Come on, we're nearly there. There we go. And close the hand, and he's holding it pretty successfully, and he can pew pew pew. And yeah, firing missile as well, but it's not a great firing missile, but yeah, he's easy now to pose to make him look, you know, pretty dynamic, even though he doesn't have the biggest range in his joints. You can get him to look quite neat, I suppose, I think, anyway, and, you know, with the opening hand, again, you can give him a little bit more of that dramatic flair to him. And we do have another feature with the trailer, of course, and that's the battle station mode. It's not very good, but let's get into it. So how do you make the battle station? Well, you put these bits to the side to make it secure. You tip these guns out to the side, and that's pretty much it. That's it, really. Oh, I suppose what you can do is you can get his handgun and just plop it in there, and there you go. That's the battle station. It's certainly something. And if you just put Prime behind it, there's no buttons or anything for him to hold, so I guess he just thrusts to make it fire, which I can get behind, I suppose. Pew. Yeah, that's about it. So we'll take the trailer and we'll take Prime and we'll make him a super convoy. And once we have him in his super mode, he's quite big and chunky. Again, that kind of Japanese aesthetic, which you'll either go for or you completely will loathe. And I think at this point, he really shines. I really do like it. I like how big and ridiculous he is. I mean, essentially, you haven't done much to him. You've just added the trailer to his back, and you've just added some bits to his legs and made him grow a little bit in height. So the proportions, I suppose, are a little bit off, maybe. Like, maybe his legs are a little longer than they should be. But I think overall he turns out well. And the additional parts to the head really make him pop. Now, unfortunately, there is a problem with this mode when you have him like this. And that is the fact that you have all this backpack and only this to help him stand up. When you have the guns up, you have all this weight here really throwing off his center of balance. So you have to kind of have him at this jaunty angle, I suppose, if you really want him to stand with the guns behind him. But if you have him straight like such, he will start to tip back just because of everything that's on his back there, unfortunately. So yeah, you gotta tilt him just a little bit. Articulation's pretty much the same. Not a lot has changed here. I mean, maybe you can't get the arms to go all the way around, but that's about it. The legs still bend. The problem is, because of the weight, he's become unwieldy, and he ain't going to be doing a lot more poses. If you want him to do more stuff, well, you flip these guns down, because they're on the ratchets, and you can get him fully armored up by swinging the guns around, like such, and maybe position his arm a little bit better. Do the same with the other side. Come on. Again, this is a problem with the backs being a bit flappy, I suppose, and his chest coming open again. And there you go, he's a lot more stable, and you can flip these guns up, and he's in his fully armored mode, ready to shoot thousands of peoples, indiscriminately, of course. But he's a lot better balanced now, just because the guns now have kind of centered the balance on him a lot more. There's a lot more weight forward than there was previously around this back. So yeah, this has done a lot to help his balance. But again, not maybe the best for display purposes, but you know, you can take the gun out if you like and make him hold it. Don't know why you would, but that's an option for you. And now we'll have a quick look at what the Cyberplanet key can do. And it takes place on the guns, so if we put the key into this side of the gun, what happens is, boom, these two missiles come out. You can fire them. It doesn't do a huge amount, but hey, more missiles, more fun, so they say, and they just click back into position. And they can't fire now because they'll just hit the side there. Now, the reason I don't lock it into position is because it can get jammed in there, which is a little bit scary sometimes, especially being clear plastic. On the other side here, if we do it, we'll shove it in, and you'll notice that the part on the end will open up and reveal a bit more of a gun. And these are, I think they're lights. I know there's a light right at the end there, because this side has batteries in it, or where you can put batteries, and they'll go here, and you press that button. I don't have any in, and you'll get some sounds and some lights. I think you get sounds. I'm pretty sure you get sounds, but yeah. And that's Galaxy Force Convoy, people. Again, if you don't like your Japanese stuff, this ain't gonna do it for you. He's the most successful of the Prime toys that they released from Armada, Energon, and Cybertron, in my opinion. He's came out the best. He's fun on his own. He's great in his combined mode. He's a fairly strong toy, though he does have some issues. It's a really good thing to give to a kid, because it's just big, and there's a lot to do and play with here. So, yeah, it's a perfect toy for a kid. At the moment, he is quite expensive, so I'm not sure if you'd want to buy this for your kids or not, but the option's there, I suppose. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hope it's been entertaining of some sort, and I will catch you next time for something else, people. Yay!